Number 20, we've got a line that passes through this point here and is parallel to this line. So here's what we know. We're going to pass through this point, 5 and negative 2, and our line is parallel to y equals 4x minus 2. Now, I know this. Parallel lines have the same slope. We know parallel lines have the same slope, so our line passes through this point and is parallel to this line. Now look at the slope here. This slope, you know. That slope right there is 4. So now here's what we have. We have a point, 5 and negative 2, and we have this slope. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the point slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, with, now look what we have. M is equal to 4. X1, the first x value that we're given is 5, right? That's the only x value we're given. And y1, let's get it to right here, y1 is equal to that negative 2. So let's substitute those points in, those values into our template here, and we will get y minus negative 2, be careful of the negative, y minus negative 2 equals m, which is 4, times x minus x1, which is 5. Y plus 2 equals 4x minus 20. And now subtract that 2, and we'll get y equals 4x, and then negative 20 minus 2 is minus 22. The last problem here in this section is to write the equation of a line that passes through this point and is perpendicular to this line right here. So I'm going to write what we've got. We've got this point, 9, 6, and perpendicular to y equals 3x plus 5. Now, we know that perpendicular lines have negative reciprocal slope. So the slope here is 3. That means the slope of the line that's perpendicular to it is, now I'm going to write this 3 as 3 over 1. Then to get the perpendicular, we're going to flip this one over, take its reciprocal, 1 over 3, and change the sign. So because it started out positive, it will now be negative, and instead of 3 over 1, we'll write negative 1 over 3. Now we've got this point, this point and this slope. So now what we'll do is we will use that point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And here's what we have. We're going to use this template with, we have that m is equal to negative 1/3 x1, the first x, in fact the only x we see, is 9, and y1, in fact the only y we see, is that 6. Let's put those numbers in and see what happens. So we'll get y minus y1, that's a 6, equals m, negative 1/3 times x minus x1, which is 9. Now let's multiply through. This won't be, we got a fraction, but it should be okay. So this will be, I'm going to do it up here. Let's go up here. So I will get y minus 6 equals negative 1/3 x, and now, right, so negative 1/3 x, and now negative times negative is positive, and 1/3 times 9. Well, 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 times 1 is 1, right? 3 into 9 will go 3 times 1, which is 3. Or if you like, 1/3 of 9 is 3. So we're going to get negative is positive, so this is going to be plus 3. One more step. Let's add that 6. So we'll get y equals negative 1/3 x, and then 3 plus that 6 is a 9. That's the equation we're looking for.